Let me tell you about two people, same city, same year, both made a profit of 10 lakh rupees. One of them is smiling, the other one is quietly worried. Same number, very different reality. Here is the difference. The first person invested 10 lakh rupees and earned 10 lakhs in profit. The second person invested 1 crore rupees locked in for the entire year and earned the same 10 lakhs. The first doubled the money, 100% return. The second made 10% and 10% in a year when simple index fund quietly returned 14 is not a success story. It is an opportunity quietly lost. Profit tells you what came back. ROI tells you whether the money was used well. Profit gives you the story. ROI gives you the truth. And today, I don't want you to understand ROI like a formula from a textbook. I want you to see it as a way of thinking. Profit is what people discuss. ROI is what money respects. But here is what most people don't realize. ROI doesn't just apply to money, it applies to something you are spending right now, and that almost no one is measuring. We will get there in a few minutes, and it might be the most important idea in this video. The problem with profit is simple. It has no denominator. It tells you what came back. It doesn't tell you what went in, how much money was used, how long it was locked, how much risk was taken, and what else that money could have done while it was sitting there. Think of it like hearing the final score of a match without knowing the opposition, the conditions, or how the game was actually played. The number matters, but context changes everything. Profit is the number, ROI is a verdict. So, what is ROI actually telling you, and why does it change how you see money? Because once you understand what ROI is really measuring, you will start noticing it in places you never expected. Most explanations of ROI start with a formula. I want to start somewhere different. Here is the formula. It's short. Take what you gained, subtract what you invested, and then divide by what you invested. Multiply by 100. That gives you a percentage. And a percentage is powerful because it puts every financial decision on the same scale. It doesn't matter if one person invested 1 lakh and the other invested 1 crore. If one earned 20% and the other earned 8, the comparison is immediate. ROI gives every financial decision a common language. But here is what the formula can't teach you. The real value of ROI is not the formula. The real value of ROI is that it trains your eyes. You start noticing things you earlier walked right past. Money stuck in slow moving stock, a property that looks valuable on paper but cannot be sold when you actually need it, a course that gave you a certificate but no useful skill, a business expense that looked impressive but bought no customers. ROI forces one honest question behind every result. What did I use to get this? That question changes how you see money. Because behind every result, there is a capital used. There is time, risk, effort, and there is an opportunity you did not take because your money or your attention was already somewhere else. ROI does not make money complicated, it makes money clearer. Now, most people understand this when the money is borrowed. They feel the cost of a loan, they feel the EMI. But here is where it gets uncomfortable. Most people think ROI belongs to investors, financial professionals, and business owners. It does not. You spent money on a course. What came back? A real skill, a better income, a sharper thinking, or only a certificate that made you feel productive for few days. You spend time with certain people. What comes back? Clarity, growth, opportunity, or comparison, gossip, and mental noise. You spend hours every week scrolling. What comes back? Useful ideas, genuine rest, or just distraction wearing the mask of information? I want to be clear. This is not about making life dry. Life is not a spreadsheet. Comfort matters. Joy matters. Family matters. Rest matters. But when something regularly consumes your money, your time, your energy, your attention, what return is this giving to my life? That is not a cold question. That is a responsible one, because your life also has capital. Money is capital. Time is capital. Energy, attention, reputation, and trust is capital. If these are invested carelessly again and again, you may stay busy, but you may not truly move forward. And here is the reframe that I think will stay with you. Your salary is not your ROI. Your salary is what you earn. Your ROI is what you have built relative to everything you have invested to get there. Your years of effort, your early career struggles, the opportunities you passed on, the ones you took. When you start thinking that way, the question about money changes. Not just how much money am I making, but how much am I building, and is it proportional to what I am putting in? Quick pause here. There is a subscribe button somewhere on your screen. It does not bite. It does not flood your inbox. It does not sign you up for anything complicated. It just means that the next time I put out a video like this, it actually reaches you. Honestly, if you felt something from an idea about ROI and your own life, you probably deserve better financial content in general. One tap, that is all. Now, here is the part that surprises most people. Your own money has a cost too. Even when you haven't borrowed a single rupee. Most people understand the cost of borrowed money. If they take a loan, they understand interest. If they pay an EMI, they feel that pressure every single month. But when their own money is stuck somewhere, they often do not feel the cost. That is a silent mistake. Your own money also has a cost. If 5 lakh rupees is sitting in a dead stock, that money is not free. It could have reduced a debt. It could have gone into something that moves faster. It could have stayed liquid, ready for an emergency or a better opportunity. It could have simply protected your peace of mind. This is why some people look wealthy on paper but feel financially weak in real life. They have assets, they have stock, they have property, but when a real opportunity appears, they cannot move. When an emergency comes, they feel trapped. When a better option arrives, their money is already locked somewhere else. Blocked money does not shout, it quietly reduces your choices. And choice, the ability to act when it actually matters, is a very important part of what wealth really means. ROI helps you see whether your money is truly working or whether it is simply sitting somewhere with a good looking story attached to it. There is one more variable most people ignore more than almost anything else in financial decisions. Time. Not philosophically, not emotionally, financially. Time is a cost. When your money is parked somewhere, a fixed deposit, a business, a property, it cannot be anywhere else. Every year it sits there. You are giving up what else it could have done. That is opportunity cost. It is the invisible fee on every financial decision you make, whether you notice it or not. Let me make this concrete. Two people, same city, same year, same starting amount, 5 lakh rupees. Person A puts it into a fixed deposit at 7% for 4 years. At the end of 4 years, roughly 1,40,000 in interest. Person B puts the same amount into a broad market mutual fund, not a specific one, just the general market, returning 12% over the same 4 years. At the end of 4 years, roughly 2,60,000 earned. The difference, 1,20,000 rupees, was not lost to a scam. It was not lost to bad luck. It was lost to a decision that was never fully evaluated. And I want to add one more layer. This one is uncomfortable, but it is very important. Most people look at the returns in nominal terms, 7%, 12%, 15%. But if inflation is running at 6% and your FD is giving you 7%, the real return is 1%, not 7, 1. Your paper profit looked comfortable. Your actual financial progress was almost nothing. This is the quiet math that does not cost people one decision. It costs them years of decisions. A clear decision is always better than one blind one, even if the blind one feels safer. One thing I want to say clearly before the outro: ROI does not mean chasing the highest number. That is not wisdom. That is a different kind of trap. A risky investment can show high returns for a while. A shortcut can make quick money but quietly damage reputation. A deal can look profitable on paper and destroy peace in real life. So, do not use ROI like a scoreboard. Use it like a clear lens. Ask about return, but also ask about risk. Ask how long the money will be locked. Ask whether you can exit when needed. Ask what happens if things go wrong. Ask whether the decision cost health, family, peace, or reputation. Financial intelligence is not about worshipping the biggest number. It is about understanding the full cost of a decision. ROI gives you clarity. Wisdom decides whether that ROI is worth having. So the next time someone says, I made this much profit, don't get impressed too quickly. Ask quietly, on how much money, for how long, with how much risk, and compare to what else that money could have done. Profit tells you what came back. ROI tells you what your money, your time, and your life paid to get it. Once this idea enters your mind, it stays. You stop looking only at big numbers. You start looking at better decisions. You stop asking only how much did I make. You start asking what return did it actually give me? Not only on money, on time, on energy, on attention, on life. From looking successful to becoming financially wiser. That is the shift. Here is one question for you before you go. Think of one decision you made recently: an investment, a course, a job change, a large purchase, a business expense. Did you evaluate its ROI, or did you only look at the profit, the comfort, the excitement, or the status it gave you? Write that one decision on the comments. Not the amount, just the decision. Because naming a blind spot is a first step towards closing it. This video is part of money skills pillar on this channel. If you want a full framework of how this channel is built and what comes next, the previous video is linked in the card above. It's about 19 minutes and it sets the foundation for everything we do here. Now one thing about the next video. We stay inside the money skills pillar, but the next topic is something that is quietly doing damage to every rupee you own right now without making a single sound. Inflation, the silent killer of the value of money. Not just your savings, your salary, your FD, your sense of financial security, all of it. We will talk about why inflation is one financial force most people think they understand until they actually see the numbers. If that sounds important, and it should, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. I'm Viraj. This is Money MBA Way. Thank you.